What is happening, vape fam? Joe of All Vapes coming at you. A little cold in the vape cave today. It's not all about style, you know what I'm saying? So, talking about box mods today, the MAXO Zenith mod by my guys at Ijoy USA and Ijoy Global. This is a badass monster triple 18650 variable voltage mod. Okay, that was a mouthful, but seriously, this bad boy is going to rival a lot of similar design mods out on the market. Now, typically I am used to a lot of the digital readout power wattage display modes, but I do have quite a few variable voltage mods. So what I'd like to do is look a little bit more in depth into this mod. Many of you guys may have seen this before. It's got a bunch of cool different features on it, but it's really simplistic in its design. So what I'm going to do for a change is be super subjective on this bad boy. A lot of you guys have been just asking me for a little bit more subjectivity when it comes to my reviews. But be perfectly honest with you, I'm about as straight up as it gets with a lot of the stuff out on the market, save e-juice. I mean, you know, there's only so many variations of that kind of stuff you can get. But when it comes to hardware, you either like it or you don't. It's either practical or it's, you know, you're hitting the wrong market, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to get a little bit of an in-depth look into the Zenith mod by Ijoy. You guys can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to add this to your stockpile. All right, so here's what we're talking about, guys. The MAXO Zenith mod, lightning knob, 2.7 to 6.2 volt, infinite adjustability. Not literally, but you know, that's what we're talking about here. Okay, so most of you guys familiar with Ijoy, really good company. They've just recently launched their US branch, which is Ijoy USA. For those of you on the social media, okay, so we're looking at the back end here. I got the black model, as you can see. So triple 18650, like I said, working voltage 9.3 to 12.6. Output voltage 2.7 to 6.2. Now, what does that mean to us in terms of watts? If you're a simpleton like me, basically you're going to have to do a little bit of mathematical adjusting, but we're talking about an output of anywhere between 310 to 312 watts total. So that is a massive amount of wattage output, but 9.3 volts to 12.6 volts working voltage. So you're talking about a massive amount of working voltage within this bad boy, okay? This is the Fat Boy mod that Ijoy sent me. Variable voltage, like I said, you've got your lightning adjustable potentiometer going on right there. So it's got a big fat fire button right on the top here, which I really dig. It just kind of feels really good in your hand. This thing could probably act as a spare pair of brass knuckles if you're ever in a situation. So it's very ergonomically designed, fits really good in your hand. Now we got a magnetic back cover holding in your three 18650s. The two of them in the back are going to be going in the negative up and the positive down, and it has a little display right in the back to show the polarity on the inside, okay? So it's pretty idiot proof. Okay, and then it comes with a magnetic backing, and there's only one way to put this thing on. You can't put it on backwards, as you can see, because it's not going to stick. Magnet only holds one way, guys, okay? So first of all, pressing the fire button, you get a little green button that shows, yeah, everything's working just fine. But you have these little LED indicators on the inside of the box as well. Makes it just look really stupendously, awesomely cool. Okay, so that's working for you. Typical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on or off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. There you go. Okay, so that is that. Now, we're going to take apart this little internal section right here. And then you're going to get your handy-dandy fanciful little manual, okay? So this is pretty much just running through a lot of some of the basics for you. Fire button adjustable voltage knob, stylish appearance. Let us not forget the stylish appearance, okay? Now the malfunction indication and protection is kind of the cool aspect of this box mod. One of the cool aspects of the mod. When the battery voltage is low, less than 10 volts, the red and green lights will light at the same time, okay? So that's kind of a cool little function just to let you know, hey, recharge these bad boys, you know what I'm saying? Because there is no micro USB port to this box to charge it for anything less other than just a plain battery charger. So go out and get yourself a battery charger, those of you that don't actually have one. More than 10 seconds protection, indicator is green when working. Output will be stopped if the vape is more than 10 seconds. So you are limited to a 10-second hit, but let's face it, if you're using a high output sub-ohm tank on this bad boy, you're not really even going to need to worry about anything more than 10 seconds anyways. How much of us take a 12-second hit after all? Okay, so PCB too hot protection when the temperature is too high. Red indicator flashes 3 times and the output is automatically turned off. It won't even cycle power to the coil. So that is pretty much protecting you from burning up your coil, burning up your device, and adding pretty much ultimate damage to everything that you're using. We want to keep our hardware in place and safely usable, you know what I'm saying? So luckily Ijoy has put in these little protections to keep us from harming ourselves, harming our hardware, and just enjoying what it is we do a little bit more, okay? So, and now basically what I'm gonna do is bring this bad boy back up. We're gonna hit it a little bit, but before we do that, I'm gonna bust out my EXO XL massive sub-ohm tank. That is another Ijoy goodie, okay? So, maximum output on the coil here, as you can see, let me see if I can get a close-up of this. Okay, 50 to 215 watts. And it's a 0.15 XLC4 coil. So what I like setting it at is right about just before the 4.5 volts. And as you can see with the C4 coil, lights up red, cool little red LED going on there. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back up. We're gonna wrap up this quick review to a close and talk about the MAXO Zenith mod by Ijoy just a little bit more. Okay guys, so you saw a little bit of an in-depth look into the MAXO Zenith mod by Ijoy. So we're talking about, like I said, about a 300 watt output, give or take. I've got this set at 215 watts max output coil with my EXO XL tank, like I said, set at a little bit before 4.5 volts. Give or take, that's around 200 wattage output. So you've got a tremendous amount of watts to play around with here. Now, I personally like wattage only devices. I like the digital readouts and the displays and everything. You can kind of play around with the different temperature control functions and little additions here and there. But let's face it, for about 30 to 35 bucks retail, you can get yourself an incredibly sturdy mod. Gotta love the little LED functions going on the side right there. Okay, that's just pure bling. I love my bling. Triple 18650, fully charged, will last you anywhere between about 3.5 to 5 solid days of fire before you got to recharge these bad boys. And there is no micro USB port, like I said, okay? Nowhere inside, nowhere outside. So you're just going to have to get yourself an old school battery charger, you know what I'm saying, or new school, depending on where you went to school. But I digress, okay? So really solid mod from Ijoy. It rivals a lot of the other mods out on the market. I've seen this comparatively to the Rouleau, as a matter of fact. Seen a lot of people actually like the difference between the Zenith and the Rouleau simply because this is a little bit more of a simple design. I do like variable voltage. I've got variable voltage mods, but none is nearly as stout as this. And I mean, seriously, who wants to get hit in the face with this? You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to get hit with it before they take it out of my cold dead hand. You know what I mean? But really great American price point. Like I said, 30 to 35 bucks, depending on where you buy it. You can get it in 5 different colors. Okay. I like black. It goes with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank Ijoy USA and Ijoy Global for sending this bad boy. I hope some of you guys got a little bit of something out of this. I'm going to have some more hardware coming up from Ijoy in the near immediate future to review with you guys. And some of you out there still are not familiar with Ijoy. They are the parent company of Limitless Mod Co., just to give you a little bit of an idea as to the kind of quality that comes through with this company. And like I said, and if that isn't subjective of enough of a review for you, you know, I mean, there are tons of products out on the market. I haven't tried them all. The honest things that I can say about this is that it is incredibly sturdy design. It's a really strong chassis. I love the huge fire button. I like the protection functions that this thing has in the case of overheating and allowing you to know whether or not you got to charge those batteries. You know, sometimes I let these things sit for a while, like we all do. We're all guilty of that, you know what I'm saying? And I forget my batteries need to charge. It'll just have a little red and a green indicator light going on right where the fire button is. Time to charge them up, you know what I'm saying? It's not that hard to figure this stuff out, guys. So go on to ijoyusa.com. Check out the variety of everything that they've got going on that website. They're really awesome people. Thank you very much for joining me here at Joe Of All Vapes once again. Spread the word. Check me out on Instagram, where I've got some awesome discounts and some great giveaways going on a monthly basis, folks. I'm spinning my wheels in a happy way here, so I'm going to try and bring it to you as much as possible. I'm spreading myself a little thin these days, but you know what? What else am I going to be doing with my free time? You know what I mean? This is Joe Of All Vapes, your eye in that vaping sky. Wishing you to stay humble. You love yourselves, love each other by all means. Keep it wonderfully, amazingly cloudy. Hey everybody, this is Joe Of All Vapes. Thank you for watching. For the best in vape reviews, pound that subscribe button and don't forget, vaping saves lives.